Chapter 8. Who knew? Pretty soon the bell rang for recess. I hurried over to my friend Grace, because maybe she could help me find my secret admirer. Both of us skipped outside to the playground. Then all of a sudden, I stopped real fast, because I accidentally left my beautiful Valentime on the table, and I didn't want anyone to take that lovely thing. Wait, Grace, wait right here. I'll be back in a jiffy, I said. After that, I ran my fastest back to room 9. And guess what? I spied that meanie Jim on the table. He was picking up my beautiful Valentine card. Hey, what do you think you're doing, mister? I yelled real loud. Then I zoomed to my table zippity quick, and I yanked that card right out of his mitts. After that, I started running to the door, but Meanie Jim springed in front of me, and he held up his hand. Stop, he yelled. Don't take that Valentine outside. If you take it outside, you'll get it dirty. I made squinty eyes at that boy. No, I will not get it dirty, I said back. And anyway, this is not your beeswax, Jim. Jim tapped his foot. Jim stamped his foot. Yes, it is to my beeswax, Looney B. Jones, he yelled. That card costed me a whole month's allowance, and I don't want you to get dirt on it. As soon as he said it, he could put his hands over his mouth. But I already heard his words. I did a gasp. You, Jim? You are the one who bought this card, I asked. Why? How come? Is this some kind of meanie boy joke? Jim started spinning a real lot. Yes, no. I didn't buy that card. It just looks like it costed a lot of money, that's all. And whoever bought it spent his whole allowance, I bet. I kept on staring at that boy, because something smelled like fish here, that's why. But if you're not the one who gave me the Valentine, then how come you're acting so funny, Jim? I asked. And how come your words are sputtery and nervous? And how come your face is reddish and blotchish? Just then, Jim clunked himself in the head. Darn it! I knew I'd ruin it. I always ruin everything. Now everybody in room 9 will know that I like you, and I wanted it to stay a secret, he said. Then all of a sudden, my whole face felt happy. You like me, Jim? You really, really like me? Because you never acted you like you like me. So since when did you like me? That's what I would like to know. Jim's face got a silly look on it. I've always liked you, he said real quiet. I just act like I don't like you so nobody will know I like you. I looked confused at him. But how come you like me? How come you always call me names? I asked. Jim shrugged his shoulders. Because you call me names, he said. I did a big breath. Yes, Jim, I know. I call you names, but that's because you started it first, I explained. No, I did not, he said. You started it first. I shook my head. No, Jim, you did, I said. No, Junie B, you did, he said back. No, you did. No, you did. No, you. Then all of a sudden, Jim raised his hand in his air. He waved it all around. I called on him. Jim, I said. Maybe we both started it, Junie B, he said. Maybe we both started calling each other names on the very same day. Just then, I started to smile. 'Cause that would be fair of us, I think. After that, I skipped around him in a happy circle. On account of this was a nice development. Grabbed his hand. Hey, Jim, let's go tell Mrs. we're friends. Want to? 'Cause she will get a kick out of this, probably. But all of a sudden, Jim plopped down on the floor, and he wouldn't even budge. I stared and stared at the top of his head. Okay, this doesn't actually seem like that good of a start for us, Jim, I said. He looked up at me. I know, he said, but I can't tell the teacher that I like you. I can't tell anyone. If I tell people, it will ruin everything. I wrinkled my eyebrows. Everything like what? I said. Like all my friends will know I like girls. That will be embarrassing, he said. Plus room 9 won't ever be the same again. I didn't understand. Why, Jim? Why won't it be the same? I asked. Because it will be dull and boring, that's why, he said. Because if you and I like each other, then I won't tease you anymore. But I don't tease you, then who won't tease me back? That means you won't shout silly funny stuff that makes people laugh. He rocked back and forth on his feet, very bashful. You make room 9 sparky, he said, kind of quiet. After that, he smiled very cute, and he poked my arm with his finger, and he made a sparky sound. Zzz, he said, zzz, zzz. I laughed very loud, and I sparked him right back. Zzz, zzz, I said. So guess what? Me and that silly guy started chasing each other all over room 9, and we kept poking and sparking, and it was the funnest game I ever heard of. Only too bad for us, because all of a sudden we heard a noise at the door. Oh no! It was Mrs. She caught us in the room. Hey, what's going on in here? She asked. You two are supposed to be on the playground. Me and Jim stopped very fast. Then Jim looked nervous at me, because he was afraid I would tell a secret, I think. Then all of a sudden I pointed at him kind of mad. It's all his fault, I said, because Jim poked me and made a sparky sound. Then I had to poke him back and make a sparky sound too. Only he wouldn't let that be the end of it. And so pretty soon we were chasing and sparking and chasing and sparking. Only just now you came in the door, and so the chasing and sparking are over, apparently. So we will just be on our way to the playground, I believe. I tapped on her. Pardon me while I get by, I said, very polite. Mrs. rolled her eyes way in the back of her head. Honestly, you two, it's Valentine's Day, she said. Can't you just get along for one day? After that, she took us by our hands, and she marched us outside. We waited for her to leave. Then he looked at me kind of shy. You did real good, he said. Thank you for not telling my secret. I smiled at that nice boy. That's okay. Thank you for my mushy gushy Valentine, I said back. After that, I faced my eyeball at him. Wink, wink, Jim, I said. Wink, wink, wink. And guess what? Jim pointed his eyeball right back at me, and he winked very perfect. After that, we runned off to play with our friends, or else people might think we liked each other, and that will ruin everything. That is how come I never told anybody about Jim's secret, not even my bestest friend, Lucille and Grace, because Meanie Jim is the bestest secret admirer I ever had. Guess what else? Room 9 is still staying sparky. Zzz. And that's the end of Junie B. Jones and the Mushy Gushy Valentine.